Today, I'm going to talk about some penny stocks that you need to consider to buy right now. There's going to be 4 stocks that I feel really good about, and then I'm going to give you one super speculative stock that's setting up to look like it's getting ready to take off. So if you're interested in knowing what stocks I'm going to talk about today, you sit right there. Hey everybody, Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to always bring these videos to you. As always, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted when new videos like these come out. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. The interaction that we have between me and you, it plays an important role in the algorithms that YouTube uses to share these videos out amongst the people in YouTube land. So it's important. Hit the like button. Now, my question to you today is, what do you think about these stocks? Love them or leave them? Are you currently involved in these stocks, or are these stocks that you would consider? So that's going to be my question to you. And with that, let's get right into the program. Actually, let's get into my first news. So 4 of these stocks I had news on, and 1 I didn't find much in the way of news. So the first one is Ford. Now, not quite a penny stock, but I like the setup on the graph for this stock from a technical perspective, and it's something you definitely need to keep on your radar, and it may be prime for you to go buy now. Ford rises as Mustang Mach-E GT exceeds EPA's regulatory norms. So we all know that many car companies are committing to electric vehicles or, non-gas vehicles. So Ford's got the E-Mustang or the Mustang Mach-E GT. Now, I'm not a big fan of the way the car looks, but the car is fast and it's all electric. And this is great news that it exceeds the regulatory norms from the EPA, which is going to help it to take off. And when we look at the graph, we're going to get some further news on that. So next stock. Pharmaceutical stock. Citrus Pharmaceuticals, CTXR, announced a subsequent planned interim analysis for its phase 3 trial on Minoloc for catheter-related bloodstream infections has been scheduled for the end of June. So this is it's a pharmaceutical in phase 3. I took a look at this Minoloc. It's very interesting, especially for cancer patients and things of that stuff. So catheter-related bloodstream infections. Per the independent data charter, the DMC will hold a meeting to review the trial data for safety, superiority, and futility. So if this can go through in the phase 3 for the FDA, this could be really big for the stock. According to Minoloc phase 3 study protocol, the DMC is responsible for conducting interim analysis when 40, 50, and 65% of the total number of anticipated events have been observed. The phase 3 pivotal superiority got to say this a little slower. The phase 3 pivotal superiority trial is designed to determine the efficacy and safety of Minoloc MLT, an antibiotic lock therapy that combines mycicline with editate the sodium. Good Lord, I will jack up these names. Now you know why I'm not a doctor. The primary endpoint for this study is the time to a catheter failure event. The date, the company has achieved more, as of now, the company has achieved more than 80% of the expected enrollment, and it was down on the day that this was given during the market session on the last check. That was Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. So we're going to take a look at the graph, and a lot of these stocks that we're looking at today are going to be technical graphs. So I want to see the news behind it, but it's going to be the graphs that are going to determine whether or not it's the right time to buy. Another pharmaceutical company, CTRX. Long-term investing can be life-changing when you buy and hold truly great businesses. And we've seen some truly amazing gains over the years. For example, Catalyst Pharmaceuticals, share price up 567% in the last half decade. It's the last 5 years, a handsome return for long-term investors. If that doesn't get you thinking about long-term investing, we don't know what will. Anybody who held for that rewarding ride would probably be keen to talk about it. So this is another stock, nothing to do with a phase 3, but a lot of movement to the upside as of right now. And my last stock that I've got news on is Goedeker. and appliance connection merger. So Goedeker is an online appliance company. 1847 Goedeker, and it's a stock that not a lot of people talk about, but I like the setup, and this one is my super speculative play. And the merger of the two was just completed. It was announced last October. The combined business is growing rapidly, looking to earn between $60 million and $80 million in fiscal year 21 on a current run rate basis. So this is a picture of all, man, this looks like it does a lot of great stuff online. You can get pretty much anything from an appliance here as well. All right, so from here, I'm going to go into the software, and here's the stocks that we're looking at. Today, I'm giving you 5 stocks. That's a lot of stocks compared to what I normally get, but 5 stocks. First thing that catches my attention, 4 out of the 5 are buy recommendations. Awesome. As I look at CTXR compared to our value, it's undervalued. Ford Motor Company is the only one, or one of the few in here, that are overvalued. There's only 2 that are overvalued. Ford is overvalued as compared to its value of $13.70. CTRX, both of my pharmaceutical companies tend to be undervalued. Very interesting, because most pharmaceutical companies tend to be overvalued. But I've picked out 2 for you that are undervalued. Hunt Company Finance, or LFT, was the stock that I couldn't find much in the way of news on, but it is currently undervalued. And here is my super speculative play. All right, trading at $4.38 with a value of 49 cents. Way, way overvalued. Now, let's go look at my other indicators that are only found in the VectorVest software. Relative value looks at the stock's long-term price appreciation potential. Should it outperform the market over the next 1 to 3 years? We use AAA corporate bonds as the market in this scenario. Cast on a scale between 0 and 2, all 4 of my main stocks have a relative value above 1, which means all of these stocks should outperform a AAA corporate bond over the next 1 to 3 years. Now, we're going to give up some safety. Relative safety is an indicator of risk. So we're going to assume a little bit more risk on these stocks for the good upside potential. Notice that 4 out of the 5 are in uptrends by way of our relative timing. This tells me that these stocks are currently in uptrends. The higher above 1 it is, the faster in an uptrend it is. And our overall main indicator, VST, value, safety, and timing, all 4 of them, my main stocks, are above the value of 1. And again, buy recommendations. 4 out of my 5 stocks do have positive earnings and positive earnings growth rates. So it's not only that it's important that these stocks are setting up to be looking good on a graph, but do they make money and do they grow their earnings even as lower dollar stocks? That is important. One stock does pay a dividend, and that's LFT. The cool thing about that is it's a safe dividend because we have an indicator called dividend safety on a 0 to 99 scale. Above 50, the stock dividend is intact, and it should either remain the same or grow. So those are my stocks. Hopefully, as we look at these graphs, they'll make more sense to you if you're not in any of these stocks. I'm going to click on Graph All. Let's take a look at all of the stocks. So I'm going to put these, now today I'm going to put them on a 6-month graph. Now, as a trade, you'll always know in my videos that I like to use a 3 and an 8 exponential moving average. Down below, I have volume and I have relative timing, and I have another technical indicator today called stochastics. Now, interesting in CTXR, notice that when the 3 and the 8 crossed way back here, the stock's price went up. That was a nice pull. Then when the 3 and the 8 closed negative, or the 3 closed below the 8, that was a good opportunity to take some profit. Could have made some money there. Same thing here. Now look at the 3 and the 8 cross right here on the date of 5/19, right at a level of resistance. Something else I like about this stock, it broke through that level of resistance and has been continuing to rise. Now, currently right now, the stock is within this red candle. This is today's activity. Big wick at the top. What I'm looking for before I buy the stock, 1, I'd like the stock to break above this level of resistance at $4.55. Not far from where it is right now. That's for more confirmation. I do like that 3 and the 8 are steadily rising higher, but something that catches my attention as well is the stock is considered to be oversold. I'd like to see the stock pull back a little bit more, but that's my entry point above the value of $4.55. Let's go to the next stock. Now, I like this one a lot. This has got a little bit of a bull flag, or actually, yeah, bull flag scenario. Here's the level of the pole. Here's the consolidation. Couple of things I like about Ford right now. The 3 and the 8 just crossed as it broke out of this downward channel. I like that. The volume is rising up a little bit more today than it has for the past few days. RT looks good, and Ford is in oversold territory. All of these things are primed for the stock to go up, and quite not a penny stock, but I love the setup on Ford right now. I've got a first level of profit target right at the high, which is sitting at $16.45. But here's the flagpole, and I would then say that that would be the high for getting out of the stock as a good profit target, but it is definitely setting up. I like the pullback, I like the consolidation, but I like the breakout outside of the channel, and the 3 and the 8 is popped up, and it's higher in volume, and the stock is in oversold territory. This one sets up pretty darn nice. Next stock, CTRX. I like this one as well. This one is a little bit more of a rising pennant. Look at that level of resistance sitting at about $5.90. Look at the rising lows. I'm getting higher lows as we get into this consolidation. Another consolidation. The 3 and the 8 are solid. The stock is at the level of being overbought right now, but price action is more important to me. I'd like to see it break above that level of resistance. The 3 and the 8s are already in place as the stock is consolidating. Now, also watch volume. Really would like volume to pop up as well, but I like the news behind it, and I like that it's consolidating right at that level of resistance. Next one, LFT. Again, no news could I find on it, but look at that solid level of resistance at $4.39. The 3 and the 8 are solidly in place. Volume is, even though it's falling, it's still, for the most part, is staying above the average volume. The stock is in the level of being overbought, but the 3 and the 8 are there. I'd like to see it break above that level of resistance. And you know something, if it does break above that level of resistance, that becomes my line in the sand. If it breaks back below it as a level of support, I would consider taking some off of the table. Let's go to my last stock, and this is my super speculative stock. Look at the big downtrend on the stock. Now, this level of, on 527, this level of volatility, I looked at their website. They have no idea why there was so much volatility on that date. But even with that, look at the level of the downtrend the stock is in. I like the 3.8. I like the volume for the most part. Now, this is super speculative because RT is not above 1. It is also super speculative because the stock is considered to be way overbought coming off of this level right here. I like the break above. I like the continuation of the move above that level of the downtrend. Let's see what this stock has to do. It's got potential, but it is a super speculative play. All right, with that, folks, these are my stocks, the low dollar penny stocks that you can consider buying now, by way of the setups, by way of the news. So again, tell me what you think about these stocks. Do you own any of them? Are these any stocks that you would think about getting into? Let me know in the comments, because it's important that we get to converse back and forth. And I do the best that I can to answer any and all of the comments that come in. Whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, I still want your opinion. So with that, folks, until the next time this video is over, see ya.